We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Throwing is Wilson. Got his man. It's Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. The Broncos at 7 and 4 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Felix Anudike-Uzomah has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. To throw is Wilson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A tackle made there by Drew Sanders. Well, these two teams met in Kansas City earlier this season with the Chiefs winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. Second and 9 now from the 21. Mahomes now to throw. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Mahomes now on first down. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he? I
think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. But you look at this Bronco defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And this pass caught by Gray. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
This one is caught. It's Moore. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards that time.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray. Touchdown! Noah Gray from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Butker on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And something like how the Broncos first down as they'll get this up past the 35-yard line.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. To about the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
He completes this to Sutton. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just now supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. On play action, it's Mahomes. Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Again, it's Pacheco.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A give right side for Pacheco. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Pacheco is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Chiefs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A give to Williams, running right. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half. Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On second down, Wilson. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, now Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Felix Anudike-Uzomah. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They go play action with Wilson. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throw left side here into the hands of Wesco, the tight end. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now here's Mahomes. Open man right side is Tony. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Able to find Gray here. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Here's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Over the middle and complete to Moore. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Second and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Two yards still to go. Third down now. Chiefs touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs have taken a 5-touchdown lead. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Wilson. Under pressure, they got him again. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a pitch out to Williams. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. Well, just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter, I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
Now it's Wilson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. That is caught, and he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw again is Wilson. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Wilson.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo. As you try to execute offensively.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Riley Dixon now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
The pass complete on the crossing route. This is Tony with it.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Here's Pacheco once again. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third and 5. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And a loose football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
These are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson.
This one swung out to Williams.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
To throw is Wilson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Again, Wilson. And he'll complete this one to Barrios. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Touchdown, Broncos!
Greg Dulcich,
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
and the Broncos are able to claw one back.
I know what the scoreboard says here, but for all those who are playing fantasy football, their scoreboards are different. Points scored could benefit someone.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
And fights through one man.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal Shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They go play action. Now Mahomes.
A throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Here's Pacheco headed right.
And he's got room. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs just continue to roll.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
A quick throw caught out wide by Judy.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
A handoff now for Pacheco. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 149 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Right back to him on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 8. Now a run with Pacheco. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 14. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. On the ground, it's Gray. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him 6 yards and they do convert on 3rd. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now they try with Pacheco. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pacheco. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run with Pacheco. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. You know what? I know it's 4th down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead. But don't you have to have a little bit of admiration for these guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've been shoved around this entire game, and they're making a nice goal line stand here. It would be fun to see them stop them on 4th down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's like putting whipped cream on broccoli at this point.
So what you're saying is they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to get it, aren't they?
I would. After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 8. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st down, Wilson. He completes this to Sutton. Now a 2nd and 2. Wilson will throw again. He's across midfield, and he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Wilson throw brought in by Sutton. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down. Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And Judy's going to have a Broncos 1st down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Throwing again here, Wilson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down. 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams, 14 yards. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone,
I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point from McManus is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this one. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 75 yards. And the Chiefs extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Here's Wilson. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Wilson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. Touchdown. Marvin Mims, 44 yards. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
McManus's point after is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This is Pacheco. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Running left to give to Pacheco.
A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Pacheco.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This offense so far on third down, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Mahomes going to throw. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
Now throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Rutgers kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now Wilson on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
That's good for Broncos. First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now Wilson. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's 2nd and 7. Again, Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
One last shot for Wilson. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports